Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah, it's getting nicer outside. Are you enjoying the weather?
I suppose. I don't really get out a whole lot, but it's nice to. I don't know. I guess it's nice to have nicer weather.
Sure.
It's nice to not be cold out anymore.
Makes the
Or
drive a
as
lot
cold.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
What brings you in today?
Um. I don't know. I suppose it was just our meeting time. So um. Figured I'd make my meeting, but I figured I'd make our appointment.
Sure, sure. Is anything new going on with you?
I mean, I don't know. Not a not a whole lot. I mean, most things are pretty much the same. I started a new job. I guess that's new. I suppose.
How are you liking your new job?
It's it's all right. I've I haven't been there too long, but it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, you're saying it's fine, but your voice and your tone seems to say that you don't really like it a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, it's it is what it is, I guess. It's a job.
Sure. Well, what exactly are you having trouble with?
I mean, I don't know. I felt like I was pretty good at my last job. Like that, so that was nice. And and then I lost that job, and I kind of had to find a new job quickly. And I don't know. This was kind of like the best paying job, and I don't know. It's not really in my field, I suppose. It's not really my comfort level. It's not really what I'm looking for. I don't get paid enough. I was the highest paying job that I could get, or that I could find, in short notice.
Sure.
Um, but I mean, it's still not enough. I still can barely pay my bills. Like I can pay my bills, but there's not much. You can't get ahead.
Hmm.
I'm still living paycheck to paycheck, and I don't feel like I'm very good at it. I definitely wish that I could have, like I don't know, found something in my old field or whatever. I deal with customers. I mean, it's a call center,
Hmm.
and I mean, no one likes call centers, but I feel like so many people that I work with are better at it. They're just seems like I mean, I don't know if they've just been doing it longer or if they can just put up with more, but like the customers are just people I talk to are just so rude, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like everyone's in a bad mood,
Sure.
and then I'm in a bad mood, and then I mean, and then I've been there for a half hour and I'm in a bad mood already, and then the day just goes downhill
Sure.
from there. So
I
I mean,
understand.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult when you have bills and responsibilities and you lose a job. It is important to find another income source quickly. So I understand why you did have to take a job that makes money, and that doesn't always work out for the best, but sometimes it can be the point of view. Um, you said that you're having specific difficulties with money and being on the phone. Are you noticing that every person that you talk to on the phone is in a bad mood?
It seems like it. Um, I mean, I suppose not. I suppose it's not everyone that's on the phone, but sometimes it seems like it. It definitely seems like it is
Hmm.
everybody. But I mean, I guess it probably isn't everyone. It's just those aren't the ones that stick with you, and I don't know.
Sure.
They're not the ones that um, I don't know, take me down during the day. I suppose.
Do you feel like it seems like they know when you're in a bad mood already?
Yeah, I mean sometimes, yeah, for sure.
Hmm. Well, do you think that they do really just know when you're in a bad mood, or do you think that they can tell that you're in a bad mood?
I don't know. I mean, I suppose there's probably a couple people, in the beginning of a day or whatever that maybe they're just in a bad mood, but I mean it does seem like it gets worse, and it seems like there are more people that are grumpy towards the end of the day, and maybe it's because I'm grumpy. I don't know. Like maybe other people just bring me down, and then it's just I don't know. I suppose it could just be a cycle, I guess, but
Sure. Do you think that you could try changing your behavior towards it?
it's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so hard. I'm not cut out for it. Like it's just not what I'm used to.
Well, I think that over the next week, I would like you to try when you answer any phone call. I'm going to try answering with a smile. And I know they're going to say that that sounds cheesy. And it does, I know. But I think that accepting responsibility for your mood may have more of an impact on the customers that you're talking to than you realize it does. They've shown that you can uh, people can hear a smile through a phone, and I know, but just I would like you to try every time you answer the phone to smile, even if you're still upset. Just put on a smile and answer the phone, and see if that changes any of those people's perspective, or see if your days tend to get better if you kind of fake the being happy.
Sure.
In addition to that, I think that it would be helpful if you kept a journal. I want you to, every time you have a negative thought about your work, write that down. And then underneath that, I want you to propose 2 solutions to that. So you mentioned that in your job, it doesn't really pay you enough. It may have been the best paying available, but it doesn't pay enough.
Right.
So it's possible that it doesn't pay enough. It's possible that you don't have enough money to pay your bills, but it's also possible that you could make cuts elsewhere. Or maybe it's not, but I want you to explore those options. So, one thought on your journal could be that my job doesn't pay enough. I don't make enough money for this. And then underneath that, one solution is get a part-time job, find a higher paying job, improve education. Or another line could be, well, my job does pay enough, maybe I need to cut my ordering pizza expenses.
Sure.
So I want you to work on how you can change you and change your situation, things that you have control over, because that's the biggest factor in life. Is we can't control all the little things, but you can control you, and you can control your environment.
Sure.
As much as your environment has an impact on you, you also have an impact on your environment. So I think that that's important. I need you to play an active part in this therapy. So keeping that journal and kind of giving us somewhere to go and things to work on, that's going to be really helpful. Having those key steps of, this is an obstacle with my job, how can we
Sure.
overcome it? That's going to be really beneficial. So work on that journal for the next week. We'll meet 1 week from today, same time as always. And when you come back, we'll go through your journal, and we're going to use that journal to come up with a therapy process and kind of some measurable goals and when we want to achieve them by, and we'll come up with sort of an informal contract to go based on those.
Okay.
All right.
I suppose.
See you next week.